John Lavelle here on reading glasses. As you get older, generally people are 35, 40, their eyes, as far as close-up goes, will get weak. To a point where you're looking at getting some glasses because it's getting harder to read, especially some of these boxes have stuff written on them. They got some of the stuff is just so small that even if you didn't have eye, probably can't read it anyways. You need glasses or a magnifying glass. Now the problem with reading glasses is they're a wonderful thing for correcting the problem, but you never want to go any further past the minimum of what you need. And the reason why is because the eyes will actually get weaker. They'll become more dependent. So for example, let's say you need a value of 100. If you can read with 100, read with 100, but you're saying, well, I get a really good view if I use a 200 power, and well, whatever the thing is, not power, it's a number, it's a rating, it's an increase anyways. What will happen is it won't take very long before the 100s are no good anymore. You're dependent on 200s because you have a dependency on here. The eyes actually got weaker because you're supporting it with a higher number. So that's a danger. And so somebody might say, well, you know what, I get away with 100, but I'm running into stuff where I need a 200. It's not often, but I do need it maybe once or twice a day. I need to read something on a box, and so why don't I just buy a 200 and you know, call it a day? Okay, here's what you need to do. You need to use the 100 for reading everything, and if an issue comes up where you need a little stronger, then throw the 200 on for the time it takes to read this thing, and then don't use the 200s again, because you want to keep it at 100 so you don't your eyes don't get weak. So the intermittent use of a 200 is fine, but to continuously use 200 will make your eyes even weaker, and once they run that pattern, they'll just get weaker. You'll end up having to go up to a 300, you know, and then I don't know how high it goes. I've seen them at 375. And a lot of times I don't even use glasses. I just make sure there's a magnifying glass around somewhere, and I look at it through the magnifying glass. And a magnifying glass will almost pretty well cover you for everything. But I'll tell you something. This is weird. I've seen type so small that I actually had to use a jeweler's eyepiece to read the damn thing. I was reading with one eye. That's how small the type is. Like. Is there a possibility these people that print out these boxes, if they could just increase the size, you know, do less talking, get to the point, and increase the size of the text? In Canada, it's even a worse problem. I don't know about the States, but in Canada, because everything's also printed in French, so there's even less room to throw the text up there. And anyways, try and keep your glasses to a minimum, and that'll prolong the quality of your eyes.